Have you seen this podcast? Coming from the garden aisle. Have you seen this podcast? Aldrine, Aaron, and Kahai. This is the podcast. This is the podcast with lots of aloha. Here they come from Kauai.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ukulele on the Ground podcast. My name is Aldrine Guerrero. Joining me are Mr. Aaron, the voice, Nakamura. So what's up, Aaron?
What's up?
And Mr. Kahai, the legend, Fergan. So what's up, Kahai?
What's up?
Gentlemen, it is Monday, 12 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. That means it's time to talk it up. Let's talk shop. This is the Ukulele on the Ground podcast. We talk any and all things ukulele on this podcast, and sometimes non-ukulele things, right, Kahai? Yeah, so what happens is you guys have questions and we have O's. You have Q's, we have O's. Whatever question you may have, you can email it to us. You can message it over to us. You can put it on the live chat, which we like. You know, put in the live chat. Kahai will relay the answer over to me. I'll try to come up with my best 2 cents, and then the other guys will put in their 2 cents, and we'll come up with the best 6-cent answer just for you, right, Kahai?
Yes. Yeah.
So with that said, what do you guys want to talk about?
We started, a couple weeks ago, we set a songwriting challenge.
Yes.
So I figured
kick things off with this. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. So we do songwriting challenges here on the Ukulele on the Ground podcast, and this time we set a challenge where you can win a prize pack. Isn't that right, Kahai?
Yep.
Let's show what's up for grabs, and let's give the details of the songwriting challenge.
Mm-hmm.
This time we have an ukulele children's book. Well, not children. I mean, what'd you say? Like. It's pretty word heavy for it to be like a kid's book.
Fictional.
You know? It's a science fiction ukulele book about techie. Okay, so this is
But it's
techie.
illustrated.
It's illustrated, yeah. This is written by Lorenzo
Ukulolo.
Yeah, I was like Vignando. I don't want to say it wrong. Yeah, Lorenzo Ukulolo. So Ukulolo is our friend from over in Italy. He wrote this book. It was illustrated by Ivan del Pasustento. I hope I said that right. It's Filipino, so. And also it's translated from Italian to English by none other than Russell Gong. So this is a really awesome book, and I believe this book is signed by Russell Gong.
Yeah.
Right?
Excuse me, I believe the correct pronunciation is Roosboos.
Roosboos.
Yeah.
Roosboos.
Yeah.
So, Roosboos, he translated this book, but the original author signed this beautiful monopolele, which we've talked about here on the podcast, monopolele program. So this is all the way from Italy. We brought it overseas, guys, and unlike cheese, this is legal. Okay, so. We brought this monopolele, and it is signed by Lorenzo, the author of Techie. So Lorenzo wasn't actually part of the festival as an artist, but he is part of the festival as the professional hype man, basically. You know, like he was hyping everybody up. He was leading the ukulele. What do they call those? Parade, ukulele parades, you know, around town and stuff, and spreading the joy and love of ukulele. So he was there with us celebrating ukulele over in Monopoli in Italy, right? Mediterranean. We also have a sticker, which is Roosboos and Grumpy Coyote, which is a nice little AI sticker. So you get the sticker, you get this signed monopolele program, and you have Techie as well, signed by Russ Bus. Roosboos.
Yeah. And then also, I'll post in the chat if Aaron sent me a link to where you can get your own copy of Techie.
Get your own copy of Techie. So in order to win that, you basically have to write a sci-fi ukulele song. Okay, so write it on your ukulele, write a sci-fi song or whatever whatever. Just write a sci-fi song, right?
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily have to be an ukulele song, but write a sci-fi song. Whatever chords, whatever key, whatever you want to do, instrumental, lyrics, whatever it may be. The only thing you need to do is write a sci-fi song. Okay? We'll put your name in the wheel, and it will spin the wheel, and whichever name we land on is the winner, basically, right? So it's not even like I'm gonna write the best song and is gonna win. Like, no, everyone has a fair, equal chance of winning this amazing prize pack. Is that right, Kahai?
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as you write a song and then tell us that you wrote a song.
Yeah, basically that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can email them over to us. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
message it to us. You can email it to this email right here. Okay, there it is. So basically, if you ever want to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of us here at questions@ukuleleunderground.com. Questions with an S. Don't forget the S. questions@ukuleleunderground.com. Okay,
Yeah,
and then we'll
like that.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. There you go. Questions@ukuleleunderground.com. So you can send us your songs. You can send us questions. You can send us pictures, video, whatever. If you're just like Aldrine, I made a video of my song, so you can send us that or whatever. Or if you have questions in general, you can that would be awesome. If you sent us a video question, if you wouldn't mind us playing it on the pod, you can do that as well, right, Kahai? Like, hey, sorry, blah 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 blah. You can put it on the thing.
I mean, yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
take the video and you just play it, right?
The only problem is having us hear the video
I guess
while
so.
it's playing. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, whatever.
you can still send it though.
You can send
Yeah,
it. You can send stuff. We'll answer
Well,
your
we'd love to
questions and any comments. There it is. Okay. So what we like to do, and that's due next week for you folks who want to enter the contest. Okay. What we like to do here is we like to have ours done the week before, just to kind of give you guys an example of what you can do with the ukulele based on the parameters that we have. So our only parameter is sci-fi. Okay.
very general parameter.
Yeah, pretty general. All right, so I usually go first, then Kahai, then Aaron. With this one, I had 3 different ideas, and I'm like, no, I want to bridge all three of these ideas.
Like a Homer Simpson car.
Yeah. But I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make these work, because like all three of them have like different like rhythm to it. I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But I was thinking sci-fi, and as soon as we landed on the sci-fi thing, I'm like, I'm gonna have to come up with a Mega Man song. Like, it's gonna have to be like an instrumental Mega Man-esque song, something that Aldrine Guerrero does pretty much like every single instrument that he writes, right? So I just need to write an Aldrine Guerrero instrumental. Okay, so. But in Mega Man, specifically Mega Man 2, like the intro, that's kind of what inspired me. There's an intro where it's like, it talks about Mega Man 1, and then it goes over to Mega Man 2. So it's like kind of this melancholy song, which then goes into the Mega Man 2, and then it's kind of got this hype kind of, sound to it. And then if you guys have ever played Mega Man, like there's bosses in every level. So I did like a boss like thing in the middle. So I'm like, I wanted to do that, but like the intro, this is the slow melancholy intro to the hype to the level, and then to the boss. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I can do this. Okay, it might be a little rough, but please forgive me. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, techie. There we go. Whew, wish me luck. Here we go. I was like, what is the rhythm? He goes, and I was like, oh,
kinda
stalling
fun.
in that.
Yeah.
I was like, because it goes, I landed. I landed it. Here's like the approaching of the boss. Messed it up there. Like at the it's okay, but that's my song. Those are the three different things. Sci-fi because Mega Man. Like that doesn't get any more sci-fi for me than little robot boy trying to clean up after his genius master's mistakes.
That was a kids now, right?
Wow.
They say like, "Oh, I am so cabin core." That was very Aldrine core. Like while you're playing that, I could definitely hear like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, I just had to write an Aldrine instrumental. So like I've as I've said in this podcast, I've been kind of taking some lessons from Abe, and Abe has been kind of showing me that like you have free reign over like whatever like whatever key or whatever notes that you want to do. I'm like, so this is the first time I wrote that I kind of experimented with all that. So usually when I write a song, it's like and I play around with the minors and the majors. It's usually relative major and relative minor. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go direct G minor to G major somehow, and then and somehow connect those two. So it started out with that with how I normally do things, and that's kind of like a transition as well with like that B flat major into the minor. So it goes. And then, so the mellow part is in major, and then it goes to a minor 4. And then after that, I wanted to make kind of this ascending, kind of like a transition. And then that D7 that's supposed to go to the G minor goes to the G major. Then keeping like this motif of like the minor 4, I kept that minor 4 motif. Then to the major 4. And then in order for me to go to the G minor, I went to that E flat. And then it goes to the D to get to the G minor. And then I keep this like not revealing the B flat yet, so that, until I reach that. Then it's definitely G minor. And then I have like another ascending line that I kind of messed up also. It goes that's it.
Yeah.
And then part that I missed here, it goes to that like E flat again. Goes to that. I completely forgot it. And then it goes to the dun, dun, dun. Then I want to do this dun, 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 dun. I want to do something different, like that sounded kind of boss theme-ish. And then back to the original, because after the boss, you want there to be kind of like just like with Mega Man 1 and 2, the transition between the next level. But that's my song. I don't know what to call it, but it was 3 different ideas that I was determined to just like put together. And I did, and I found out how. Okay, that's it. Yay.
Yeah. Well, it just kind of seems like that, like you're going through levels.
Yeah,
so it's it could be separate songs.
Yeah. But then so if you guys listen to Mega Man 2, like that soundtrack, that's basically
Yeah.
straight off that.
Drawing.
I feel like
yeah.
yeah, even that part where it's like da 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 da. What song? There's like a cartoon that uses that same, and I thought like, yeah, that fits too. It's like some kind of '90s cartoon, like kind of like feel. So
Yeah, I just had to write an Aldrine song. That's
Very-
like the first
yeah.
instrumental that I wrote in a long time. Since like I want to say since like Chocolate Fontaines. So it's been a while,
Wow.
and I had a blast actually, like writing another instrumental. So cool. That's my contribution. Kahai.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you play that song and it's like you didn't tell me, it's like who it's by, and be like, I think I got it. I think I know. I have a feeling, maybe it's by somebody I know. Okay. Yeah, I'll just play my song. Let me get this set up first. Okay, I am connected. There is this song features somebody, so I'll thank them after too.
Good morning, Spaceport 96756. We hope everyone is having a great day. Just a reminder, please let's hope for the new helper units. They are smaller than normal, so they may be harder to see. That is all. Safe travels.
Who is that?
That's Rosalie in the
Oh,
chat.
cool. Oh, cool. beans.
So I've been emailing her back and
Yeah.
forth, and then she did a song,
Yeah.
but she's in the middle of like planning to move, so she
Yeah.
actually said like I did a song, but just for fun, and you guys don't need to put my name in the drawing even. Like she just wanted to. So I've been talking to her about that,
Yeah.
and I said like, oh, can you I've been helping her with some of that stuff, like kind of doing instruments and stuff for her. But I was like, oh, can you do like a narration for me?
Yeah,
And she does a narration in her own song too. So
Oh, cool.
I was like,
All right,
can you do
on.
that?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also when we talked about the song challenge, I said you could record a song on your phone and call it like that's using science, and then as long as it's fiction, then
Yeah.
it's science fiction. So I don't know about Rosalie. I don't know how she recorded it, but the sounds that you're hearing are recorded on my phone. And then I brought them into Ableton, and then I like made the song that way. Like I
Nice.
sampled stuff.
So it's like a down sample, like from the get go.
Yeah, and they're like all like either things that I just like found in my room, like to make noises, or I played the uke, I played the C, low C, and the high C, and I just like picked that once, and I used that as a sample to like kind of make a new instrument, and then I like clicked it at the top where like the headstock, you know, by the tuning pegs, I like clicked that to make a sound too.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just so I wanted to like, you know, I did use Ableton just because I like that's what I'm used to making songs in. But you guys can use your phone. Like your phone is perfectly fine to record songs.
That's super creative, man. Super creative. And like it sounds like 90s video, like a Super Nintendo like video game.
Yeah, like
you
an
know?
8-bit.
Yeah, like an 8-bit, you know, or
Yeah.
16-bit video game, right?
Or
on.
even like mobile games now that are
That's
trying
true.
to emulate
Trying to-
that
yeah.
type of
Yeah, I
8-bit style.
I use like for some of the instruments I did use like a bit crusher, so
Yeah.
it's like turning it down in bits. But Also, just like if you do like 32-second or 32-second runs, and it's just like arpeggios or just like runs going up or down, that makes it sound very much like that kind of like
Oh,
like that lasers or whatever too. So yeah,
Nice. So what was your inspiration like for that song?
Just a phone.
You just want to make
Yeah.
a phone.
I told Rosalie like my idea too for like the story is that it's like at first I was thinking it's like a factory where like robots are working, and then something kind of like chaotic happens. So that's in the beginning it's in 3/4, and it's kind of like set at that very like steady, you know. And then that when it kind of jumps in and there's all the other parts, that's actually 4/4 time. And so just that switching is kind of like trying to emulate that
This guy doing math rock on us.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Hey, awesome job.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like I've been playing this game called Cassette Beasts.
Oh,
and
nice.
It sounds like something that would be from that game, you know? Like that's what I would, you know, I would assume it sounds like. I always play it like on a low volume so I can listen to podcasts. But like in my head, that's what it sounds like. All right, Aaron.
Okay. So when when you said sci-fi,
Sci-Fi.
yeah,
Sci-Fi.
yeah, like not even. I mean, I guess it is kind of sci-fi, but like one of my favorite books, like novels of all time, is Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut, which is sort of sci-fi. It talks about like a scientist, kind of like a Manhattan Project-ish science.
Big Kurt Vonnegut fan, yeah.
Yeah. And he has some better sci-fi novels than that, but that one's my favorite. So it's sort of about that, and about like this scientist who creates like a super stable structure for water. So it's like solid water at any temperature, basically. And it like if you unleash that, then it just cascades so that everything, all water on Earth is solid.
Oh,
Right. So like,
okay.
yeah. So there's that part of the story, and there's also like this weird like fake religion. Like it's a fiction. It's fiction, but even in the novel itself, it's a fake religion, you know. And so yeah, so like the religion is predicated on lies, and it's like outwardly said that like, oh, this is a lie, you know.
Yeah. We're not naming any religion at all, everyone.
Yeah,
okay?
no, it is. It's within the
No, but
the
it's
story.
not. It's not like making fun of any
Yeah.
one. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Like, did you mean this one? It's like no.
No, it's Bakunanism. So in the book, yeah, and so yeah, the religion itself, it's headed by this guy who writes a lot of his texts for the religion in calypsos, like, and so there are lyrics to the calypso, to one of the calypsos that became the chorus of this song. But then it's also about like having like a crystal of this ice that has the potential to like, you know, basically
like Psalms
end the
and all.
world.
Yeah, like, you know, the Book of Psalms.
yeah, basically. So,
I mean, we're not talking about any religion.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't hold on to this much longer. Too much power not to use, and it's not gold when we believe the former. What is there to win or lose? But I heard a song today, and I'm certain on its wording of the conservation. Tiger got to hunt, bird got to fly, man got to sit and wonder why. Tiger got to sleep, bird got to land, man got to tell himself he understands. An honest load is my fate to carry, a crystal shining like the sun. Be brave and bold like a missionary, 'cause just one taste and all is one. And I heard a song today, and of certain honest wording of the consternation. Tiger got to hunt, bird got to fly, man got to sit and wonder why. Tiger got to sleep, bird got to land, man got to tell himself he understands. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Is that like just like directly from the book, or you added like your stuff?
Yeah, just the chorus itself is directly from the book, and then the verses are just my interpretation of what it would have been like to carry a thermos of that ice, like they call it Ice 9, you know?
Yeah.
And so some of the people in the story, you find out later that the whole time they were carrying this, you know? Yeah.
Did it start off with you like remembering that chorus from the book and then like planning the rest of your song around it, or were you like writing and then incorporated that?
Well, I just came up with that riff, that beginning riff, and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of sci-fi-ish.
Yeah.
So I was going in that direction, and then I was actually thinking of writing a song about what is the movie was the series was Firefly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I was thinking about writing
Space Cowboys.
Yeah, I was thinking about writing about Firefly, but then the more I thought about sci-fi, I was like, that's still my favorite book. You know, Cat's Cradle is still my favorite book.
I love the like the pre-chorus. There's like that B flat with the E and
like the transition to the C portion. Yeah,
I was like, because I mean, even that's kind of like the three, like all three songs has those kind of like chords or like some kind of transition to it, and it's like it's almost like that's what in our minds like defines that sci-fi sound.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like here's the real world and here's the fiction, you know? Like it's almost like that.
Yeah.
So
And I
awesome.
separated it like that too, where it's like, you know, like the you're carrying this thermos and it's like it's really like you have that anxiety, so that part is like anxious, and then when it goes to the chorus, it's like, oh, just put your faith in this religion, you know. So it's like more peaceful, more
Yeah, there's definitely that tension in the pre-chorus right before he's like, no, if I just give into this.
What key is that in?
I have no idea. Like, I guess it would be based like it's
A minor.
sort of like a A minor, but then it goes to like a D.
Yeah,
You know, so I guess I don't know if
because you're
it's like a. But then it goes like the pre-chorus goes like that, and then it goes to like the transition chord was like this. To to the C.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know.
When you started writing that riff, though, did you write it or did you? Is that a key that's you can sing in, like, or is like okay
No.
with you to sing in? and so you just started writing that riff.
Call them out, Kahai.
Yeah.
No. Because I think it's interesting because like I started writing the song, my song in C, and then it just went to E, like on its own.
Yeah.
Like I just started using more E chords, and when I figured it out, I was like, oh, this song is in the key of E. Like I don't really know how I got there, and I feel like for a lot of like at least my songwriting, like the song will almost tell you what key it wants to be.
Yeah.
Not like
That was
follow
definitely
it
that
goes.
one
Yeah.
too. Whereas like I came up with the riff first, and I didn't even really know what key that was in.
Yeah.
And then I knew that in order to get to the chorus, it had to feel completely different. And so I just started playing whatever, like wherever my fingers went.
Yeah.
And then I knew that it had to go up. So like, it was a transition up.
Yeah.
And so whatever, whatever comes out.
Yeah, I like thinking about it like that too, because like I think people overcomplicate like songwriting or whatever, but sometimes it is in your head. You're just like, this has to go up or down.
Yeah.
Does it go up?
Yeah.
Oh,
It feels like it has to go
How
up.
much?
Yeah.
How much?
And then you play a chord and it's like, that's not it. Like, that's not what it.
You just place your fingers.
Yeah.
Like, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not even like a full form chord. It's just like,
No.
oh, if I
Yeah.
place this,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the sound I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
or
Yes.
or I need the bass note
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
this. So like,
Yes.
what else could
Yeah.
fit around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think like even with the key too, it's like you'll write a song in a key and then you'll be like, well, I don't really sing, but it's like, well, I can't really sing, so I'll transpose it to another key, and you'll try and play it in another key. Or for me, I'll try and play it in another key because it's easier. And I'm like, it doesn't sound like the song anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound as like impactful as the original key I wrote
Yeah.
it in. So I think it really is like as much as you try and you're like, I'm the arbiter or I'm the creator, I can tell this thing what to
No.
do, is like, it has a mind of its own. It's gonna tell you
kind of to
like,
follow the string,
No.
right? Like,
Yeah,
you know?
and that was sort of with that song too. It was like I can't really sing this song, but this is how it goes. And if Coldplay sang it, it would sound awesome. Like,
when you said Coldplay, it's like, yes,
That's
exactly.
Drops of Jupiter.
like like in my head, it was Coldplay. So
Okay.
Nice. Hey, good
Yeah.
job, everybody.
Yep.
So yeah, that just like that, like, or make up your own, follow your own thread, of whatever pulls you, right? Like,
Yes.
so all you need to do is write a sci-fi song. Really, that's all it is. Just be inspired by sci-fi somehow. It doesn't have to be fancy, complicated chords or whatever. The subject that you sing about could just be sci-fi. You know what I mean? So it could be as easy or as complicated as you would like it to be. As long as you write something, that's all we're trying to do, is we're trying to encourage you to create some music. Isn't that right, Kai?
Yeah, because we like hearing your guys' song or seeing your guys' song in videos, but we've even taken people who just write down the lyrics and what chords they would play to, and we'll count that too.
Yeah,
So.
sounds good. So get your entries in before Sunday night. Basically, Sunday at 11:59 or whatever. Just send it.
As long before the podcast, before we
there you
gotta
go.
pick.
Like 11:59 a.m. on a Monday, Hawaii time. 11:59
Yeah.
a.m. Right, Kahai?
Yeah.
Will you
yeah.
accept that?
Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
The last I checked.
Aldrine's late for like at least 5 minutes anyway, so you can get it in. All right.
Yep.
So there you go. Go forth and create your music. Right, gentlemen. What do you want to talk about now?
Questions from the chat.
Questions from the chat. Ask me anything. AMA. Go ahead.
Yep.
Nothing too taboo. I'll answer anything. There you go.
Unfortunately,
Well, that guy.
yeah. Last week we did the answer in 5, and then nobody responded. Nobody wants answers in 5.
No, what? I would love that segment.
Yeah.
You guys can, and if you want me to answer in 5, just put in hashtag answer in 5 in the chat. Okay, so if you guys want an answer in 5, you can do so. Ask me anything.
Yeah.
what I think about the war, what do you think about this presidential election.
Probably not
Please,
that.
don't ask me any of those questions.
Yeah, well, you can ask it, and I just won't read it. But
Yeah.
we got this question
Okay, right
from Kurt
does it say?
Willfinger, and they asked who accompanied you on guitar for Wahine Ilikea. I think I've met them before.
Oh, that was Kavika and Auntie
Kawi.
Yeah, Auntie Kawi and yeah. So Kavika used to work at Scotty's Music. So if you've ever been to Scotty's Music over on Kauai, you probably met Kavika. He doesn't work there anymore, but he works there. And Auntie Kawi is the mother of another person that we had on Ukulele Underground, which is Kaili. I'm trying to think of his last name. Walters. Yeah. So Kaili Walters. He's that's his mom. Okay. Kaili came from like a big musical family with Auntie Kawi and stuff. But Auntie Kawi, actually go way back. Like I remember being, maybe I was like 16, 17 years old, and I remember entering like the Hanapepe Block Party Ukulele Festival, and she was like one of the judges at that ukulele festival. Yeah, and that was the one that Roy put together. It was like a block party that Roy. So I won like a Aloha ukulele from that one, and she was there, and she still remembers me. So like the first time we met again, like 10 years or so later, and it's like, oh, Aldrine, you remember me? I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I wouldn't expect you to remember, but I was at that block party where where you won, and she actually jammed afterwards. She's one of the music. That's why she was one of the judges. She played afterwards, so we go back, like me and Auntie Kawi, and plus like it's Kaili's mom, so
I thought it would be funny if she's like, "Oh, you remember me? Yeah, I didn't vote for you."
You remember me? You pushed my son in the sand. Like, oh no, what?
But also Kavika, sometimes I think he's in our chat too.
Oh, yeah?
Very occasionally you'll see a Kavika.
Right on.
But or if you see Kavika and Mike talking, that's probably them.
Oh, it's because they were like at the they used to work together at the store. But Kavika works next door now at the phone place. I forget which, AT&T, I think. Like he works down the road. There's an AT&T in that street. Yeah. So that's where he works now. So pretty close by to Scotty's Music. I think once Scotty got turned into like a family business by the another person that has been on the on Ukulele Underground, Dondi. Yeah, Dondi's family bought Scotty's Music, so they now own that. Kept Mike on board. Kavika chose to move on to another job, so he's not there anymore. But now you can see Thomas Iannucci, you can see Dondi Iannucci there. You can see Delissa. You can see Big Tom. Pastor Tom. So that family owns it, and most of them like work there. I think Lynn is the only other person other than Mike that's not part of like the immediate, I mean, all of them are family. They're basically family. Like church family, But this is the only one that's not related to them blood by blood. So it's really cool. So if you guys have visited in the past maybe 5 years, Scotty's Music, then he's definitely one of those guys you would have met.
Yep. We always tell visit to, if anything, just visit to see Mike.
Yeah, go see Magic Mike. Magic Mike's working right now. He was supposed to be here. So, fun fact, he's supposed to be here next to me on this today's pod, but he got called into work, and he's like, I'd rather make money than like do things for free for you guys. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mike, go and make your money.
But we'll say it now. He's supposed to come next week.
Yeah.
So
Usually,
I think.
Ooh. Had his payment right here. Okay, I had it in my bag. I was actually gonna pay him this time in Musubi.
Yeah. Well, actually, Mike is actually waiting for something else from us.
Yeah, oh yeah,
So-
that's true. Another payment, an actual payment.
An actual
An
payment.
actual payment.
I think next week we should set up the podcast
Yeah.
and I'll put a chair there, and even if Mike doesn't come, we'll just leave the chair empty and it's like, I will remember.
Nah, go make that. Go make that. Go. What do kids say now? Go secure that bag. What do they say? Is that what they say, Kahai?
Sure.
secure that bag.
Yeah, all of that bag. Okay.
Yeah. Next question.
Ukulele Overcast said, "What was it like getting your signature ukulele from Kanilea?"
Oh, that's a great question, actually. That was like all my wishes coming true in my life. When I first got my first ever signature ukulele from Kanilea, it was like, yeah, I mean, this was you're talking about a moment that I've been dreaming about since I first like started playing ukulele, because I've been seeing, like custom ukuleles. Like I saw Troy Fernandez's ukulele, of course, in the cover of the On Fire album. Seeing the Kapena we talked about last week, seeing them on Hot Hawaiian Nights, and Kelly Boy having his name on the fretboard and stuff. And I've seen tons and tons of custom like ukuleles for the artists, of course, Jake's and stuff. So imagine, like I'm in high school, and like I'm doing mock-ups and drawings of stuff of my custom ukulele. I've had like maybe hundreds of different designs that I was like, when I get signed and I get my signature ukulele, it's gonna look like this, like it was. I wish I had those sketches now, but it was in the back of like random homework or assignments like that I'm supposed to be doing for class, but I'm doodling anyway, so. I remember talking with Joe and telling him that like I want an ukulele that kind of represents all the two main ukulele players that have inspired me, that I'm inspired by, which is like Troy Fernandez and Jake Shimabukuro. So the neck and headstock is Jake Shimabukuro. The body is Troy Fernandez. So Troy Fernandez on the On Fire album had this very curly koa ukulele and had a big rosette in the album. So I wanted like a big rosette and curly koa. Like that's the kind of body that I wanted. And then Jake's, of course, is the like very clean black, no sparklies like on the on the fretboard. Not even any like dots. You didn't even have position only side dots. Just to kind of keep it nice and clean. And then the top, of course, slotted headstock. So, and then the slotted headstock, his one is like a flat slotted headstock rather than like the Kamaka crown,
Yep.
So, and he's like the only guy that had that, and I like that Martin style headstock that he had. So I was telling Joe, I'm like, I want a Martin style headstock. I want like clean position dots only on the side. I want the fretboard clean, and I want my little chibi character in the thing, because I don't want it to be like Aldrine Guerrero or whatever. I want it so that it's like, if you know, you know. And even the logo is like, if you know, you know, because it doesn't look like anything really. Like if you're looking at it, if you don't know, you're like, what is that? And I've had lots of people are like, what is that supposed to be? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's not for you.
We actually have a blog post where it has it breaks down because
cool.
we it was from when we had Jake on the podcast, and he talked about the flat headstock, why he got that, and like the origin of that.
Yeah, that's right.
Because
Ota-san's picture in that book,
like
that we have we have the book back there. And then also the breakdown on your ukulele and like what you took from.
Yeah, so that's what it's like. It's like, all my wildest dreams coming true, because I've been dreaming of that moment, like since I picked up an ukulele, or ever since I first saw like, Kelly Boy at Hot Hawaiian Nights, or like ever since I first laid eyes on like the On Fire album, like all these things that I'm like, oh man, I've never seen an ukulele like that before, and I remember my friends, like, and some adults and like my uncles and stuff, they're like, oh, that's that's probably a custom made ukulele made just for that person. I'm like, what is that? Oh my God, it's so cool, you know? I mean, I got like a custom made ukulele prior to that. I went to the Philippines and got a custom made ukulele from Lumanog, Emilio Lumanog, because there's lots of Lumanog ukuleles in the Philippines. But Emilio, I don't know if he makes ukuleles anymore, but he's a guitar maker that asked to make an ukulele for me. And my dad, I remember, got that. We got two of them, yeah. And what'd you call? I remember that it was like a passive uke. I didn't really realize what I had, and I wish I have that ukulele. I have that ukulele now. I sold it to a friend of mine who won't sell it back to me. Yeah, it's one of those like, no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm like, are you? Come on, man. Like, come on, please. Like,
Wait, was that the same one that I borrowed from you for a while?
No, that's my second one. So
Oh,
the one that
but
you borrowed is
also-
my second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like kind of like a grand concert size.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I had a tenor, like a tenor
Oh,
size one. That
yeah.
was my very first one. I got in 2000 from Emilio Lumanog. And the thing is, like, it just, I didn't know anything about balance or whatever. When I played it, it wasn't balanced. So like the E was soft, and I just didn't like playing it in public. But that was supposed to be my ukulele. I didn't know, So
Or how to fix it.
yeah, or
So
how to
it was
fix
like,
it.
yeah.
Like I liked playing it, but I didn't like plugging it. And I was starting to play professionally at that point. And so I sold it to a friend of mine for like $300. I was maybe a sophomore in high school. I sold it so that I could buy an Applause, which like was better plugged in.
Yeah.
And of course, like the Applause did really, really, really well for me. Like, so it was a trade that was worth it. But in the end, like if we're talking just significant value,
sentimental value. Yeah.
and I've begged him. I'm like, dude, please, like this means so much to me. This ukulele means so much to me. And he's just like, nope. Like, I like the uke, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm just like, I can't force him, to sell to me, but like, it's one of those, like, that's one that I'll never get back, like ever again, you know. But if Abe, if you're watching this, not Lagrimas, Abe, please sell me that ukulele. I'll pay 10 times the price that I sold it to you for. Like, I just want that ukulele back. He's holding it hostage, so it's that. I know where my childhood first ever custom made that my parents bought me. Yeah, I know where it is, but I can't go get it because that's who has it. I've offered him like tons of money for it. I'm like, hey, I'm willing to give you like $3,000, like 10 times what I paid you, like when we were in high school.
Yeah.
If you got it, is it something that, I mean, like I'm sure you would appreciate it, but is it something that you would make into like a playing uke, like try and
No, it's
keep
so,
it as
it's
is?
so old, and Nomano did, like he didn't really make ukuleles back in the day, or at least that of that level. So it's not like it's something that will that sounds or will hold to to the standards that I have, but it's a sentimental value kind of thing, like. So, hey, please sell it back. I know who has it. He still has it. And maybe it's not too late, but please have a change of heart and sell it back to me, please. That's, yeah. Anyway, it just made me sad for a second there, just because, like, oh my God, I know where it's at. It's at his house. I know where he lives, too. So,
I will
remember you. There's 2 ukes that I sing that song for. The first one is definitely that, and the second one is I talked about Auntie Kawi, like being the judge. That ukulele, that Aloha concert ukulele, I left with my friends over at the pool hut, which I used to work at. But I brought it to the pool hut because it's just like a prize uke, it wasn't like anything that I actually played or whatever. It's like, oh, I'm gonna keep this ukulele in the pool hut so I can jam uke at work.
But it's still a
whatever.
valuable ukulele.
Yeah, it's still valuable.
Yeah.
So when I moved to Oahu to go to college and stuff, they're like, hey, is it cool if you're not gonna take this uke to Oahu with you? You're gonna take your other ukes, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, hey, do you want to can you just leave this so we can have a uke to play with? I'm like, you know what? As long as you guys take care of it, it's fine. And then of course new employees start coming, and somebody went home with the ukulele.
Oh.
No one wants to say who.
Never, yeah. Somebody knows.
Yeah, somebody
but
knows,
yeah.
but I don't know who
Yeah.
it is. I've had I've had leads. I've asked those people and stuff, and they're like, no, we don't have it. We know who does, but like we're not gonna. I'm like,
Yeah.
so why? Like I'm the owner of that. We were like, why wouldn't you tell the owner? You
Yeah.
know? So there's 2 ukes that I'm super duper sad about. One is my original Lumano ukulele, and 2 is the stolen Kolo ukulele
That you won.
that I won. Like, that was the first uke that I won because the first festival or Waimea Town celebration I lost to Mark, and Mark won the uke.
Oh,
So this one, it was me and Mike. Mike played guitar for me, and I forgot he owed me a favor. So I was like, Mike, I'm gonna cash in on this favor. Mike Fernandez, not Odo, Fernandez. And I was like, I'm gonna cash in this favor, and I need you to play guitar for me. And we played G minor fleas. So we played G minor fleas, and I was kind of playing towards the favor of Roy Sakuma because I know he produced that album with G minor fleas, so he knew it, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. There we go. Which is cool because same, and there's so much significance because that was the you know who else was in that? And there were 2 significant people that is in that contest, at least that I remember. One, Ben On.
Oh, yeah.
Was in that same competition, and he played like a medley of songs that included like that Peanuts song.
Oh, yeah.
So he did like an original not composition but arrangement.
Compilation.
And then the second one is Daniel Cummings' brother.
Oh.
And that was the first time that Daniel Cummings saw me play. It was on TV, and he's like, "Oh, now my brother's got this. He's gonna win." Like, his brother was backed up by their mom, you know. And Auntie Koki used to play professional around, Kauai and stuff. They played body surfing. And then like after so Dan's like, oh yeah, now my brother's got this, you know?
Yeah.
And then he said, I came on the TV and then I played my, he's like, oh man, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I think Aldrine's got this one. Like, oh Tim, I'm so sorry, Tim. Like,
I remember hearing that
Yeah, do you
podcast,
remember
I
that?
think.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, when he came on, he's like, oh, sorry, buddy. Better luck next time. Oh, sorry.
Tim, I'm sorry, but this is not yours. So it was between me and Ben, and I remember meeting Ben that day, and I came home with the ukulele. So that's why, like, it's just significance of both ukuleles. One, I don't know who has it, and I wish whoever that person is would just give it back to me. There's like nothing. I don't even know this person. That's why, like, I would just want my ukulele back. That's all. And then the second one is Abe. I'm not gonna say his last name, but Abe, please sell me the ukulele. I'll pay money for it. You know, like I was young. I didn't know what I had, and I sold it, and it was my parents bought it for me, and it's please. Yeah. That's all. Made a public plea to Abe, like, please sell me my ukulele back. Abraham, please.
Oh, okay. Full name.
Call me Abe because it's only short for. Okay, next question.
Okay, we have a couple of answer in 5s.
Oh, because it is 2 minutes till the show's done.
Yeah,
so
perfect
answer in 5.
timing.
Hashtag answer in 5. Here we go.
Okay, oh my gosh.
Okay.
What is the best advice for a ukulele beginner to keep in mind for their musical journey to be as enjoyable and smooth as possible?
Hashtag 5-word answer. What is the best advice for an ukulele beginner to keep in mind for their musical journey to be as enjoyable and smooth as possible?
Okay.
Let's see. I got it. I'm forming it in my head. It's 6. It's 6. I'm trying to nail it down to 5.
Hyphenate a word or something.
Yeah, I gotta. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Never forget to have fun. That's the best advice that I can give to an ukulele beginner. Keep that in mind. Always keep it in mind to never forget to have fun because it's supposed to be a fun instrument. I know that was more than 5 words, but that's my 5-word answer. Never forget to have fun. Next.
Okay, yeah. Oh, after that toughie, here's an easy one.
Okay. It's a lob. Okay.
Can you describe the dichotomy of your desire to share your love of ukulele and its role in Hawaiian culture versus any feelings you might have of those who might be considered to be appropriating the instrument?
Oh, okay.
Answer in 5.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Now I got 4.
It's like a haiku.
Oh, yeah.
Should we say 5 or less?
Okay, here we go. How do I describe the dichotomy of my desire to share my love for the ukulele and its role in Hawaiian culture versus any feelings that I may have for those who might consider it to be appropriation? Okay, my answer is. Wait, what was it? Okay. Keep Hawaiian music. That's the best way I can answer that. Because that's what we do here at Ukulele Underground. When we do Hawaiian music, it's done at least to our best standards. You know, either we get somebody to come in and do the Hawaiian song. So it's not just me trying to appropriate the culture and just, here's my interpretation or whatever. Like Wahine Ilikea that we brought up earlier. It's like we got legit Hawaiian musicians to come and do that. So keep Hawaiian music.
Yeah.
And when we do things like the way we do, like Beatles or whatever, then we do it. We do it however we want to do it. But we keep Hawaiian music.
Yep.
One more, Kahai. I love this. And I'm not gonna explain anymore. I had to explain why, but now I'm just gonna answer in 5, and then they get no other explanations.
Mike, you want to give we don't have any more questions. So answers, but...
just questions in general. It doesn't have to be hashtag answer in 5. Just give me questions.
No, I think that's it.
And I'll just answer in 5.
I think we covered all the questions.
Okay. But those are my 2 answer in 5s. Keep Hawaiian music, and never forget to have fun.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll leave it open again, right? Like if you guys are watching this replay or you're listening to this podcast, send us a answer in 5 question.
Yeah.
We'll do it next week.
I did have to explain, but I think in the future I should just not have to explain. I think I should just answer that. Keep Hawaiian music.
What was your answer last week about like or open tuning? And then it's like, yep, that's it. And then it's like, I don't know if the person knew.
We moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I did want to like comment on that because you don't want to because I'm not. Even though I live here in Hawaii and considered Hawaiian, but because I'm not a Hawaiian like by blood or the ethnicity and stuff, I'm Hawaiian as in I live here in Hawaii. But because I don't identify as Hawaiian ethnicity, then like you don't necessarily want to see me being like, hey everyone, here's like the Hawaiian song, the Hawaiian word for the day, and here's like Aloha, and I'm not like
I'm gonna teach you the Hawaiian way.
Yeah, exactly. The Hawaiian way to do this from Mr. Hawaiian guy. Like, no, it's not. Like that's when it becomes appropriation. I'm not trying to,
Yeah, it's like what you said, like in Italy, right? When people were like, you said, "Oh, we're from Hawaii," and then they're like, "Oh, so you're Hawaiian."
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just people don't understand the difference between being from Hawaii and being Hawaiian. There's a very significant...
and a bunch of my musician friends, like, are, we talk about, like, how much work, like, they put in order to make sure that they're, like, pronouncing things correctly. Like, some of my, like, high level friends will, like, go dig up, like old articles, like old like newspaper articles talking about or Hawaiian documents that talk about that song. What is like the real lyrics like to that song, or what does it mean and stuff. Like people go like really deep dives into making sure that like they get this Hawaiian song correct. So I mean, I'm not calling anyone out, but I do see a lot of like, oh, well, people want to learn this song, so here's Aloha Oi, or or whatever, right? With Aloha Oi, it's like I had to talk to Kaniho and Kahai. I'm like, hey, do you guys want to do this? And are you okay with doing this? And like because and we talked about the significance of it and like the different like interpretations of the song, and then when we do stuff like Eine or we did Kauluve Okekai, it's like, okay, this is a hula standard, so let's do hula to Kauluve Okekai or to that. Anything that would really like show the respect that it deserves. Like these Hawaiian songs are not just Hawaiian songs like for tourists. These are stories of these people that will that carry their their culture with them. So it's not just like, oh, okay, well like do that song. It's not like Little Grass Shack. Little Grass Shack is like a song that's just like, oh, let's just sing this Hapahale song so that we can get the tourists to come in and sing along. No, like things like hula songs and anything that that really talks about their culture needs to be like respected in that way. So it's a great question, Chris. I'm bummed that I had to answer it in 5, but like that's really the best way for me to answer. You got to keep Hawaiian music. Like we separate it. As you guys can probably see, we put a little bit more effort in whenever we do a Hawaiian song. Yeah.
And I think people ask us, as like our members, and they're like not from a bad place. They go like, "Oh, can you do this song, or can you teach this song, or can you do?" And then when we explain it to them, they're also like, "Oh, so should I like not enjoy it, or should I like not enjoy songs like Little Grass Shack or something?" And it's like, no, that's totally fine. It's its own thing, and you can do it and appreciate the culture. But like we're just saying from our standpoint of like living here, right, and living with that culture.
Yes, it's almost like our duty to make sure that it gets the respect that it needs.
Yeah, and I think we especially want to respect our friends too, like who we know personally.
Yeah, because some friends go through like a lot of work to make sure that like when they sing or when they perform that song, it is at their best. So, that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Keep Hawaiian music.
Yep.
Okay. Any because my 4 was keep Hawaiian music Hawaiian. That was my original answer. Keep
music.
Hawaiian music Hawaiian. That was the 4.
So what was that first answer you gave? Always remember to have fun. Always remember to have fun. Something like that, right?
I forget what the 6-word one was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I was trying to ask. Like, what was that? What were you trying to like shorten to make it fit that? But yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's something like remember to never stop having fun or something like that. Never stop having fun or something. But it's the same kind of message. Both answers are basically the same.
Never stop, never
stopping.
Stop.
Never stop, never stopping.
Yeah. There. Perfect advice for everything from now on. Yeah.
All right, gang. Thank you so much for tuning into Ukulele Underground Podcast. If you're listening in, hello, and thank you so much for your support, listening to us. If you're watching, thank you for spending your afternoon with us here on the podcast. If you're watching live, definitely thank you for spending some time with us. We have a brand new lesson that you guys can check out over on our Ukulele Underground website. And is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can check out the play along over on YouTube. We have the breakdown over at ukuleleunderground.com. It is Into the Mystic. Beautiful song by Van Morrison, sung by none other than Mr. Aaron the Voice Nakamura. So Aaron the Voice lends his beautiful voice in that song. So if you're a big Aaron the Voice fan, this is one to not miss, right?
Put it into my collection.
Yeah.
I recorded it onto a CD and then I put it next to my pillow as I sleep. I don't listen to it.
Do you have Aaron's poster like in your ceiling? So first thing that you see when you open your eyes, like Aaron looking at you.
Don't call me out, man. Come on.
There's the old like Pure Mark website, and I remember Aaron's like profile picture was like, were you like hugging a teddy bear or something?
It's still up.
Oh my
It's
god.
still a live website somehow.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You gotta find it yourself. You gotta find it yourself. We're not gonna hand this one to you. If you want to find that, it's a photo of Aaron Nakamura hugging a teddy bear. I just imagine that's the picture that Aaron and Kai has in the ceiling.
I photoshopped out the teddy bear and put myself in there.
The size of the teddy bear.
Yeah. Oh, such a warm.
This little mini Kahai being hugged by Aaron.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. That's the picture that I imagine. All right, gang. So check out that brand new lesson. We'll see you folks not on Thursday, by the way, because Thursday is 4th of July, and that was supposed to be our open mic. We're going to push that back to next week, Thursday. So next week, Thursday, we're going to have our open mic then, okay? And because the AG Ukulele Academy has classes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, starting next week, I'll be doing that at home, okay? Let's see. Friday, Aloha Friday Live Jam as scheduled. So we'll see you guys on Friday, all right? All you Americans out there, happy 4th of July. Enjoy your independence and blow some stuff up. Yeah? Don't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Okay? Have a good one. Hello, everyone.